All right, you guys, welcome back to the Rundown. We are gathered today to celebrate this collaboration. We finally have our favorite photographer of all time on the podcast, Kortney J. Photo. How are you?
I'm doing so good.
You guys, Kortney, you've heard so much about her. A little intro, not that she needs one.
No.
Kortney is our go-to favorite photographer. I'm sorry for all our photographer friends who just heard that for the first time. Our favorite person, best friend, been in our corner for like 8 years. Based in Idaho, does destinations, local, just kills that editorial adventure luxury vibe. And we've learned most of how to pose and how to work with brides from Kortney. Kortney also shot Nate's wedding, which is pretty cool.
But yeah, she shot my wedding. She shot my wedding. Yeah, I don't know.
She's all right.
That's probably one of the funnest trips of my life. Very fond memory, looking back at the bridals and then seeing, just us hanging out on the cliffs. And the most iconic photo in my mind, of course, I'm biased, is the cliff shot you got of me and Kayla on the cliff. And Kayla's foot is up in the air and doing like the rock on.
That's a good one.
That is a picture that I could never pay you enough money to ever have. I wish I could pay you money for it. Maybe someday.
We've never made Kortney a dime.
We really haven't.
But she makes us so much.
She has made us a lot, and we've never done anything for her. But thank you for being here.
That's a lie.
We don't know why she's so friends with us, actually.
A very one-sided relationship.
She's like, I'm your biggest fans, and we don't do anything
She's
for
like
her.
realizing
no
this
give.
on the podcast.
Yeah, the longer this goes on, she's like, wait a tick.
Why am I here? Why am I here?
You guys
No.
ever see me again?
And if you guys have seen the branded Runaway Vows Tumblr on this podcast, that's a gift from Kortney J. Photo.
I just love you guys.
Kortney also introduced us, or a forced friendship because of Kortney, is Dallin.
Yeah.
So Dallin was a huge fanboy, and Kortney kind of said, well, I have an in with Runaway Vows. So she plugged Dallin in, and we...
Yeah, I've known Dallin since I was like 11 years
yeah.
old. We grew up in Idaho together. And then I don't even know how he started thinking about videography, but I was like, listen,
Idaho needs videographers.
Jake Weisler. And he was like...
Classic Dallin facial expression. Yeah. No. So, before we get started, we're going to talk a lot today. We're going to talk a lot today, you guys, about working with photographers, but also kind of fun that we don't get to hear enough is photographers' perspective on the video industry.
Correct.
And I don't think it's any secret that I have mentioned that I think the videography industry is one of the worst industries.
We're some of the worst vendors
We
out
are.
there, yeah.
I think we just have some of the biggest egos, and we think we run the show, and we think we're the little guy having to prove ourselves all the time. So I want to hear from a photographer, especially one of the best, what they look for and what they love and hate in a videographer. But before we get to that, I want to hear just a quick intro from you, how you got started, and why you love photography.
Oh, man. Okay, so I started really young. I think I found my mom's Canon Rebel T2i in like middle school.
Classic.
That was mine.
And before that, I had a point and shoot, just like any other elementary
Yeah.
school kid. So I would just go out and take pictures of friends, and it just became a thing where I was doing it all the time. I would post
Down in
it.
the library.
Yeah, literally.
Seriously, those pictures are
Yeah,
legendary.
so I really was passionate about doing like hair and makeup too and styling. And so in middle school and high school, I would get all these friends together and just would get everybody ready and take them somewhere to an empty field, an empty worn down
train
house,
tracks.
the library, train tracks, and take pictures of them. So I would do like my own little styled shoots. And the whole thing was I wanted to do hair and I wanted to do photo, but I wanted to figure out like what one should I do is kind of where I was debating. Well, you have to go to school if you want to do hair. You don't have to do school if you're going to do photography. So I ended up like leaning more into photography as a career and started making a lot of like money doing weddings when I was about 18. Then I moved to Utah from Idaho.
Was it kind of accidental how you started making money? Like, was it a friend's wedding, the first one you did?
Yeah, so I was in high school, and I would just post all these random pictures to Facebook, and this lady reached out who goes to my church, and she asked if I could take her wedding pictures. So I was like,
Wow.
I mean, I've never shot a wedding before. I've
How
like
old were you?
never
Mature?
even, I think I was like 14,
Dang.
15, something
A
like that.
prodigy.
Child labor, actually.
So she paid
Yeah,
me
wait a
300.
Let's rewind.
I got paid
Who was this
300
person?
bucks.
This turns
Wow.
into a
300
lawsuit.
bucks and did full day of coverage.
Dang.
So yeah, the pictures are not good, but it was a really good experience
Super
for me.
HDR, pick monkey.
And I think I also did hair and makeup for them that
Wow.
day. So I think I
Doing
did hair and
everything.
makeup and pictures, if I'm not, hopefully I'm remembering that right.
Dang.
But I decided that from there, that's what I wanted to do, was hair, makeup, and pictures. And so went to hair school in Utah, was shooting a bunch of weddings in Utah and back home. So I was constantly driving back and forth while doing hair school here, shooting tons of weddings. And then after I graduated, well, mid hair school, did I meet you in hair school?
I think
think
so,
so.
because you were here.
Yeah.
That's where we met.
So I met Jake Weisler Films when he had like 1,000 followers.
Yeah. I think I had just hit 1,000 when I met
He was
you.
just starting.
Yeah.
And what year was that? Do you know?
We
I
met
don't know.
2017.
Okay.
Or we connected, then we didn't shoot together until 2018, I think.
Okay, so maybe it was my second. run
early
in Utah,
2018, yeah.
something like that. But
It was either early 2018 or the very last season of 2017.
okay.
I could find out. Yeah,
Yeah.
go on though.
But anyway, so I was here going back and forth, wanted to do hair, makeup, and pictures, graduated hair school, and then that's exactly what I did. So I worked full-time in a salon, and then I was also shooting weddings where I would get there super duper early, do all the bridesmaids and brides hair and makeup, and then jump right into photo and do an entire photo day. And I was a psycho.
Were
But
you charging separately for that, or was that one
I
package?
I would lump it together.
Okay.
Obviously, I would add it in,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was like a one-stop shop.
Okay.
To me, at that time, how awesome is that?
Oh, it's
to
insane.
find,
Yeah.
as a bride, someone who can just do it all,
Yeah.
so you don't have to hire all these different people.
Correct.
So with where I was at the time in my photography business, it was a really huge selling point, which was really cool. And I loved doing all of it. So to me, it wasn't so crazy.
We met on May 23rd, 2018.
Dang. The exact day.
No way.
Such a good day. That was
Wow.
fun.
Babies.
Maddie and Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
So yeah, I kept doing that for several years, and not every wedding I would do hair and makeup for it, but that's kind of was my
Yeah.
thing and what I was known for. And then fast forward, I kind of started phasing out of that just because it was starting to be just a lot,
Yeah.
like probably 15-hour, 16-hour days.
All the time.
Doing the bridesmaids too.
And I started traveling, and so traveling with remembering all of my gear and all of my hair and makeup stuff, it was just so much.
Yeah.
So I just started working in a salon, I think 3 days a week, and then doing like all my photography stuff separate.
Cool.
And that was really, really cool. I love the hair industry, and I think I learned a lot about marketing being in that, which was really cool in a different perspective. And then fast forward, I got offered a marketing job to be a director of marketing for a real estate group. This was just a few years ago. And he was like, okay, if you quit hair, so you can like use that time to do this, you can still do photo. And so I did that, and it was such a cool experience.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
able
I remember you had a
to
good
I do
time.
remember that too, yeah.
Learned a lot.
learn so
Yeah.
much. Like real estate is just a completely different world because it's
Completely.
not artistic. It's
Yeah.
not, it's
Yeah.
just so
Pretty
much
black and
marketing.
white, yeah.
Same thing every day.
Yeah. So it's really, really cool to go in and learn business and marketing from a completely different perspective by doing marketing from what I know to them.
Yeah.
So I think it was a really good mutually beneficial relationship. Let's see. And then from there, I stayed there for a few years, but then I had my second kid, and it was just a lot. I was getting really overwhelmed with all the destination weddings I was doing, plus 2 under 2. It
Yeah.
was just a lot. So I ended up quitting the marketing job and then fully focusing on wedding photography,
It's a scary jump.
my kids,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now, just trying to grind.
Still
trying to
grinding.
be-
You've been grinding for like 5 years,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
no sleep, it feels like.
Yeah, no, literally. I stay up and edit until 3 a.m. sometimes.
Because Kortney also like does the most. So like for having all these jobs, I remember you had a marketing job, you're doing photography, 2 under 2, and she was still like the only photographer I knew who was posting every single day. And like not just like posting pictures like reels. Like, I'm like, when do you have the time?
No, I'll never forget. And we'll talk more about this story, I'm sure. We're working with Kortney in Cancun. This is when Runway Vows was first starting. Yeah. And we filmed for Brie and Oscar. Gorgeous day. I think it was like the first day. Jake and I wake up at like 6:30, and there's a reel that's been posted from Kortney, and it has video in it. It's not just photo; it's video as well. And we said to ourselves, "Oh my gosh, Kortney just posted. We have to post." And there's two of us, and we're just like tag teaming it, and Kortney's just dun 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Oh my god!
So you grind.
Yeah. At the end of that wedding, Orlando was filming. Cano was filming behind the scenes. And at the end of the trip, he goes, "Man, so the secret to Runway Vows is really just have Kortney and James do everything for you."
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's exactly correct.
Find your Kortney.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, so your posing session just like Kortney do. I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah.
No, but you guys are really good at posing people too.
Because of you.
It's a good, no, it's not.
No, genuinely, everything I do with my posing, I can think back to why I do it, and it comes from a session with you.
Wow.
Yeah. Just always, it's the movement based. It's never like a candid moment that we have to like pause. Okay, next one. And I hate when we work with that.
It flows very well. Like, very, very
and
well.
I think couples hate that too. And it's like one pose. Okay, now do this one. Whereas with you and Nathan George, who we need you guys to meet.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
It's just like and honestly, like Jose and everyone, like just all the people we look up to, it's just like this natural, like now this, now do this, now kind of go into this, and they're shooting as it happens, which I think is a huge sign of like a professional is when they can just create scenes and capture the authentic moments, versus I think back to like our early days, what we would consider like a candid is like very amateur. It's like we want candid, and we took that as like do weird things. Yeah. But now it's like no, like create good scenes. Candid just means capture like before and after the shot, you know?
Yeah, and it's just like effortlessly, like when we are working with you, it's just effortless for everyone, for video, photo, and the client, which obviously I think appreciates it the most. But you're also really good at saying, okay, like I got my stuff, do you need stuff? And we just like hop in, get a shot, hop out, you go back to directing. So
and I think it's good for photographers to learn that sometimes, like if I don't have a videographer, I might direct a little bit different. Like if I have them close and like looking down or whatever it may be, if I know a videographer is there, I'm going to make sure that they're like still moving and don't just look stagnant because I'm aware that there's a video rolling on them. So photographers out there, like make sure that you're aware that there's video going too, and just like help it look natural in that way if you are directing, because maybe a videographer isn't going to step in and like say something.
Yeah. Hear that? Some are more assertive. Some are just kind of like, it's whatever the photographer does.
And even when I work with you guys, like you guys can step in, but I'm like, it's just easier if I just can like keep it flowing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think our flow is that you'll kind of lead, and then everyone needs breaks, and you don't want to have it all on your shoulders. And so I love when you're like, I need to change my lenses or just like regroup for a second. You guys do something, and so we jump in. But I feel like sometimes videographers just think like, oh, the photographer's job, I should take the back seat. It's like, no, like still contribute.
Even if you guys just have a few
Yeah.
things in your mind, so that way if the photographer's like, trying to think of something,
But
like
let the
I know I've been
photographer
there where
lead.
I'm like, do you guys have something?
It's
like,
please help.
my brain
couple
is like,
sucks.
can you think of anything you want to do? And then usually you guys are like, yeah, let's walk over this way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's super helpful for us.
Okay, so who is the worst videographer you've ever worked with?
Dallin, Richard.
I wasn't gonna say Sam's name, but just kidding.
They've all seen him on here.
I am
roast
just
Sam way
curious,
too much.
like when you work with a videographer, I feel like you can usually tell within the first like hour if you're gonna have a good day or not. So I want to hear from you. What are some telltale signs of like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a rough day with this videographer?
Oh man.
Besides how they dress.
So.
Because I'm sure that's number one. You can usually tell right away. Oh gosh, he has a Shutter. He has a Shutter logo.
The Shutter logo.
Just that, yeah. No, I think.
Yeah, we all do it. All right, we all did it at one point. Come on.
Some point.
I think within the first, honestly, 5 minutes of working with a videographer, I can tell how our relationship is going to be through the day. If I walk into let's say just like the bridal suite, and they're there and they look at me and they just dodge and just kind of like
Yikes.
mind their own, I feel like that is kind of setting the tone. I feel like it's that first
absolutely.
interaction,
Yeah.
which I always try to go up and introduce
Yeah.
myself, but I feel like the first interaction is everything because it does set the tone for the rest of the day. I don't think that I deal with that often at all.
I feel like in that scenario, it's almost as if a videographer doesn't introduce themselves to the vendors, it's an inflated ego by the videographer, and they're walking in thinking, I'm going to run the show. And everyone else is a side piece. I'm going to get my shots. That's how I interpret it.
Either that, or I find often that it's maybe a bit beginner and they just don't, I think they're nervous or shy, or just they want to stay in the background, which is kind of our jobs, right?
Yeah.
But to a point, like, still
Yeah.
introduce yourself to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I want to make a game plan when it comes to ceremony, and I don't want to be in your shots just as much as you don't want to be in my shots. So like, let's be friends and figure that out together.
Yeah.
So I think just initially coming up to me, or when the photographer comes up to you, just being a pleasure to work with, like what you guys always say, just introducing yourself and saying, if I'm in your shot, please just let me know. The photographer is going to say the exact same thing. That's always how it goes. But
I think it's a very disarming phrase when we tell a photographer, like, hey, if we're in your shot, please just like yell at us. We don't care. Like, we're very chill. Even if that never happens, I think they just love hearing that, like, we're aware enough, you know? I was going to say, like, what your comment about, like, usually it's just a beginner. You have to have some grace with that. Because I feel like a lot of beginners, they might have had, right before working with you, a bad experience with a bad photographer.
Yeah.
And so then they just think that all photographers are like that. Whereas the longer you do this, you realize that you're just going to every now and then get a bad egg, whether it's a videographer, a planner, a DJ, or a photographer. Like, it's just like you're going to get some, like, usually they're great, but every now and then. But you can't, like, walk into every wedding thinking that every photographer or videographer is going to be like the worst one you experienced. Because I feel like for the first, like, honestly, 5 years of doing videography, I only had good experiences with photographers. And I remember in Facebook groups, I'd be like, you guys are all just, like, you know, hard to work with, because I've always had a good time with my photographers. And everyone's like, you're new. And I'm like, no, like, I think it's a personality thing.
It totally is a personality thing.
I was like, I think I'm just
100%.
really good at relationships. And then I remember Adam Gribble was like, you're new, you'll see. And then now I can confidently look back and be like, yeah, I've had some awful photographers, but like I would never label the whole industry as like that. It's just like, yeah, like we've talked about this before. Like, it's not like it's not ever a gender or a profession problem. It's just like a people problem.
a people
like,
issue.
it's just how you are as a person, whether you enjoy collaboration, working with others, and are a team player, or if you're walking with an ego and a chip on your shoulder.
I think just the downside of this industry is, and it doesn't matter what market, whether it's the lovely or luxury or whatever people label it, is that at some point there will be some vendors who do want kind of all the glory. They want the best film, and if it comes at the expense of the photographer not getting their gallery, or vice versa, unfortunately you're going to run across those types of vendors. But what you were saying earlier is like a very disarming thing that we always say is just, hey, Jake and Nate, like, we're super easy to work with. We almost always say that just verbatim. We're super easy to work with. Just let us know. There's two of us, one of you. Don't worry about getting our shots. Let us know if we're in your shots.
Yeah.
So that's just something we always do.
sabotage
And
them.
then we get in all their shots, and it goes out the window. We just
But
We're very
even if
easy
you-
to work with.
But even if you do get
Pulls
in
out
our
a camera
shots, even if you do get in our shots, it, like, you guys just saying that, it makes us know that you're still aware that
We all have a
and
job
I
to
think
do.
that's all it is. Yeah, it's just being aware that we're all trying to do the same thing. We all have our jobs.
Yeah.
Let us all do
And
our
it's not
jobs.
like we want to
Someone's
be in
gonna
your
get 'em.
guys' shots. We don't want to
Yeah.
be posted on some Facebook group like, look at this photographer that ruined my
get me
aisle,
started.
the aisle shot.
The
Why is
Facebook
your
groups
camera
are-
in the aisle? See, my first thought is
Why do you have one
always-
tripod?
That's my problem. It's like, look at this photographer. I'm like, well, move.
Where's your other tripod?
Why is your camera in the center of the aisle? That's what they got to be.
I know.
Gosh.
I am spoiled with working with the best, which is you guys, in my opinion.
Not
I love
enough.
I love a
Not
lot of you
enough,
guys. I
yeah.
know we need to work with each other more, but it is nice you guys
Any
having
planners watching this? Here's your tip.
This is the
This
dream
is the
team.
dream
This
team.
is the team.
Seriously.
Honestly, it really is.
We would love to assemble.
Yes. So
We've talked about it for
Contact-
years.
If you have any photographers, you're like, fire them. This is the one.
no, but you guys come with so many cameras, and
Yeah.
so even if, like, I know because of the way that you guys work and how we've communicated, that even if I'm slightly blocking one of your tripods at one point, I know for a fact you guys have backups on
Yeah.
both of you and on the other tripod. So if I have to, like, get in there for a second and then hop out,
Yeah.
versus
easy.
if you just had two two tripods or one tripod,
Yeah.
and then I get in the shot, and then it's
Yeah.
crucial.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to do my job.
And that's what kills me. That's what kills me about the Wild West of the Facebook groups when videographers post, look at this photographer. It's usually just a brief second, and if you don't have 3 other cameras capturing it, it's totally the videographer's fault.
Yeah.
Like there's just no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, which I understand gear's expensive. And if you're first starting out, obviously
Yeah.
I understand. Like
Yeah.
you're not going to just be able to
you can
go
rent.
buy.
It
yeah.
sucks to buy it, but-
You can
yeah.
rent though.
I feel like I bought my first like multiple cameras less out of like, oh, I want more angles, and more because I'm like, I want safety. I want to know that like I don't have to like tell the photographer like you're gonna ruin my film if you get that hero. I'm not gonna deal with that. So it sucks to invest in, but it's like a one-time purchase, and if you're budgeting yourself right, your client should be paying for it anyway.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. So like, just moral of the story: be a pleasure to work with. It's not that hard.
Absolutely.
Same thing with like anyway, we could beat that to death. I think one of our Facebook friends always says like trash talking photographers doesn't get anywhere on Facebook. Like only rarely have I ever seen like circumstances where like the photographers blatantly didn't care. We've dealt with that like maybe once or twice, but like usually we're all just trying to do our jobs, you know. Everyone's just there doing their job.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
love
so
videographers.
you do.
So much.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
Courtney's
You-
one of those photographers who's like gets sad at brides if they don't have one.
Yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
she's a videographer.
And then, and then I'm like begging all my
Yeah.
videographer friends. They don't really have a budget, but like, can you just come?
No, Courtney is a videographer's photographer. That's who you are.
yeah. Forever.
That's the title of the episode. The videographers. Wait, the photographer. Wait. How'd you say
A
it?
videographer's
That's
photographer.
it.
Yes.
But also the client's photographer. The best
right.
client's photographer. Because that's all that matters, right?
Only good ones.
But no, hold on. Genuinely, people who don't get video, I don't understand why they wouldn't. And this is probably a hot topic,
Okay.
but
Please clip it.
I think video is more important than photo.
Coming from a photographer, you heard it here first.
But genuinely, obviously, photo has its
Why?
place. I'm a photographer, of course, I believe in that. But think about like your grandpa giving his speech. He's gonna pass away one day. You're not gonna be able to like hear his voice through that. You're not gonna be able to like relive that moment fully without video. Yeah, you can have like home video, whatever, but like nothing is as good as getting a good videographer.
Wow.
Me thinking back to not recording Courtney's speeches at her wedding back in 2018. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, this is totally her talking about her own wedding and not having her dad speak.
Like,
She's like, with my
just
wedding
make
as the
sure you
exception,
invest in a
photography-
really good one.
Man, it's so cringy.
No, I mean, it's satisfying to hear that from a photographer because, you know, it's a podcast with 2 videographers. We bring on other videographers. So it's always like, well, like we think, whatever. But,
Yeah.
I mean, the common argument is, well, like, yeah, but the photos go on the wall in the home. You know, you walk in your door and you see your wedding photos, which is
Yeah.
great, you know. And, I mean, they're 2 different things. It's hard to ever say which one's more, you know, valuable. 'Cause
Yeah.
it just depends.
They're
but,
both valuable. They
but-
are.
But there is something about being able to hear somebody's voice after they're gone, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a voicemail, you know, just
Yeah.
having that. So when you have the video along with it,
And it's so
I agree.
personal too. It's not just a video clip of your grandma in the kitchen. While that's amazing and something you'll always want to hold on to, it's not like your grandma talking about you on your wedding day or like squeezing your hand and like saying something and you had an audio mic.
yeah, these little things.
You had a mic on and you
So
know
close.
something was captured. Like there's just so many things that you guys get that it's just mind blowing
Yeah.
and things that I can't get. Like we can get some really cool things, of course, in photo, but it's just a completely different product for video
I always say this
or
to our
end result, I
our
guess.
consultation calls to our brides, but I also think this is a Courtney J photo trait. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I always tell brides like we're very documentary based. Like we're trying to be in the middle of the bride and her day. We want her to feel like she can just enjoy the day she's planned, and there are moments where we're like right there and doing a lot for her. But for the most part, we try to just be like, I don't want you to feel like you have to look over your videographers to like have a moment, you know, like.
Yeah.
We can capture it from afar or from the side. Like we don't have to be like always at your shoulder. And we always tell our brides that the biggest compliment we can receive is when you get your video back and you say, I can't believe you captured that. I had no idea you got that shot.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that you also do, is that it's like, I'm not just there for the crazy pose moments. I want to capture those frames of in time that you don't even remember until the gallery comes back and you're like, wow, like that.
How'd you get that?
How'd you get that photo? you
Yeah.
know? So I agree. I think it's just like everyone has different values or values things differently, I should say. And some people are more about, reliving it back through the stills or through the medium of film.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Grateful people value both.
Yeah.
I want to ask, just in this topic, what's your favorite and least favorite thing to photograph during a wedding?
My favorite and least favorite thing? My favorite thing to photograph. Honestly, it's during...
Wait.
Okay.
I want to see if we can guess
Oh.
Your favorite?
what her favorite thing is.
Well, it's kind of
What's
hard.
she
I
about
don't
to
think you're
say?
gonna guess.
Kortney J Photo, her brand, your current style is different than it was 2 years ago, and very strategically. And
Court
we can talk
evolves.
about
Yeah.
Well, and we'll talk about that.
should.
But right now, if you were to ask me 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, when we got married, her favorite thing was just like wild couples doing wild things, popping the champagne,
The hair twirl.
a crazy
Yes,
hair
the hair
twirl.
toss.
Yeah, the leg slit,
Always.
the shot of the leg through the dress. That is an iconic Kortney look, is the leg peeping through the dress. But right now, I'm trying to think. What do I think? I'm going to say something to do with details, not flat lays. We're going to say, actually, I'm going to go with cocktail hour.
Okay.
Colorful cocktail hour.
Okay.
Final answer.
Jake?
Maybe I'm outdated here, but I'm going to go with golden hour portrait, the hair thing still, or like something with the bride. I don't know.
Okay.
Like something with the bride.
Actually, my favorite cocktail's a close second, probably. So you're close.
Okay.
But
She's
my
like, "You guys don't know me
favorite,
at all."
You guys completely wrong.
You really aren't my friends.
my current favorite thing actually is during ceremony getting the guests. So
I would
not
have never guessed that.
not like, I mean, of course the couple, of course.
Yeah.
But like I've been literally having like an eyeball on the couple and an eyeball on the guests.
That's the thumbnail, Tanner. Photoshop Kortney's eyes to go this way.
But genuinely, like I might be photographing the couple, but I'm like constantly watching. If I see someone's about to cry, I'm instantly there. And so I have like my
just talked about
28 to 70 and my 70 to 200, and I'm like constantly going back and forth because like this wedding I'm editing right now, I have just tons during the ceremony of like so many people
Yeah.
crying,
Wow.
where the bride and groom don't even know that's happening because they're locked
Yeah.
in on each other.
One of those moments, I had no
And
idea you captured
so
that.
there's all those things that I get to add to the
Okay.
gallery where they're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even know that this person felt emotion. like,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
people that never cry
Wow.
Yeah.
and they see it in their gallery. So that's probably my favorite because it's like something they really
I
don't
would have
even
never guessed.
know that I'm like doing.
Okay.
That's awesome. We just talked about that. And that's kind of like your
Yeah.
role the last year.
Yeah.
Is like we got extra cameras, we can have everything
Yeah.
going, and I'm the safety in the back, but then Nate just goes and gets
rolls
on the
around.
85
Yeah.
and just snipes the guests.
And I
Yeah.
do. This just reminded me of an experience that Jake and I had. It's along this line, but when you said you're looking at the guests, but you're kind of like you have another eye at the people. This whole idea of not looking through the viewfinder all the time, you miss a lot of shots when you're only looking through
Yeah.
the viewfinder. And so when we were at Kinetic this year, John Dolan was there. Okay, and John Dolan's just legendary photographer.
Yeah.
And he gave this hour-and-a-half presentation, had the whole room just mesmerized by his photos. Later that night, we're at this dinner, and we're getting shots. It's our last night. We're getting pictures with the vendors, and John walks by, and someone says, "Hey, John, can you take our picture?" And Jake and I look at each other like, "Oh my gosh, this is it. We're about to get our photo taken
having
by
a
John
John
Dolan."
photo.
And John, he's like, "Oh, absolutely." And he takes the camera. We're all lined up, and he never looks through the viewfinder. He looks at everybody's eyes, and he's just going, and he's staring at every person.
Until we get uncomfortable.
It's like,
genuinely.
he's staring into your soul, and he's just kind of like, and he looks this way. Never once looked through the viewfinder, and he
So
was kind of like
interesting.
rotating from side to side.
And he put his camera down, and he just like started staring at us, and we all like got really close, and we all started nervously looking at each other, laughing.
Yeah.
And the second we did that,
and
it
the
was done.
photos that come out of it were just golden. They were just they were
So
beautiful.
cool.
And so Jake and I recently at cocktail hour or during moments like that, me personally, like I don't look through the viewfinder a lot. I'm looking over the top of my camera and looking at the eyeballs of people. Because when someone's at a cocktail hour or during a ceremony, especially for video, if they look over and they see a videographer just hunched over looking at their screen, breathing heavy, just trying to film them. They just
Sweat beads.
sweat dropping down their face. They just get so uncomfortable. They get so uncomfortable and they start to act weird.
Yeah.
And so if you just don't look at your screen or your viewfinder, you're going to get the shot. It's a pretty wide frame of reference. And you just make eye contact with people. And it's just like this weird human connection. Yeah. You get a lot more raw things.
Cool.
So when you said that, I was like, Kortney's already doing that. She's probably already been doing that for years, and it's like a new thing for us.
Huh. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, and design. I'm a sucker.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
I'm like a kid in a candy
So
store.
good at it. Yeah.
Incredible at it.
Okay, least favorite thing.
Cake cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like the coolest thing ever. when
Yeah.
it's that-
Unless
when
it's
they
really
make it cool.
intentional, big thing.
Yeah, like Brianetti
then-
fireworks and
Like a 7-layer
Yeah.
cake.
pancake.
I feel like it's just always like no one's paying attention.
Yeah.
They're just doing it. It's like they're
That's-
doing it because they feel like they have to.
That's
kind of.
what's
Yeah.
frustrating
I
when
feel
no one
like-
pays attention as well.
Yeah.
I'd argue that like anything at a wedding when it's like a obligation and not like a desire, you lose the heart. Like you can tell the couple's not into it, whether it's like a first look we've experienced with like, okay, you could do a first look. It's like if you don't want to, don't do it.
Yeah.
But we have to. Like, no, you don't. It's
You
your
can
day.
do literally anything
We
you
gotta
want.
do our pajama shot. Like
The garter
like,
toss.
You don't have to. Like if you don't want to, don't do it.
Yeah. I try to tell that to my brides too. Like
Yeah.
you can do
It's
literally
your
whatever
day.
you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't be rushed. We're all waiting on you. Like it's your day. If you're late,
Yeah.
we all just wait. Like it's not a big deal.
Okay, I think it'd be so cool. This is an idea I've had for a long time. I think it'd be so cool if weddings, someone out there needs to do this, but have guests arrive, do like a cocktail hour, then do dinner, and then do ceremony, and then straight to party.
Cocktail hour. Then
So that way, like ceremony can be like right at sunset, and then like you just party after. I feel like that'd be so fun.
Go from
That would be
the
fun.
So it's kind of
reception
like
up to
a
the party.
little bit jumbled, but
that would be
Why
fun.
don't they do that?
I don't know. People just
people just don't want
format
to
is-
see the bride first or something.
That
But
format is
but then I'm like,
flawless.
she can always change. Like she can wear something else for the first.
I don't know. Maybe
Bit.
the cocktail hours just get people loosened
know.
up.
I
It's
don't know.
totally a logistical thing with the dress.
Yeah,
It takes
I
so
think
much
it is.
to go into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Man,
an-
if I got
just an
married
idea.
today, I'd do that.
Like someone
Yeah.
who, like intimate wedding. I feel like that'd be really easy to do it like that.
Yeah.
I loved my
Cocktail
sister's
ceremony.
wedding. The just morning crepes
Yeah.
ceremony,
That was fun.
leave. It was like an hour. You
That
know?
was the easy one
Yeah.
to shoot.
Yeah, like wake up and you have like imagine like wake up. It's like a huge like gorgeous like tablescape of like a breakfast and you all eat with your people.
It was so
You all
fun.
get ready and then cocktail hour, ceremony, party.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like no cake.
Yeah. Well, that'd be beautiful.
Court.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Wedding
maybe
planners.
when
Patent.
when us three work a wedding, why don't we just
Nate and
I know someday.
Nate and I and the boys always talk about being wedding planners.
what if we formed a planning company? I don't know how we would start, but
You guys have
it'd
fun
be
with that.
crazy.
Couldn't do it.
How hard could it be?
How hard?
How hard can it be?
All of our planners like you sons of bitches.
Fast forward to like a week later, we have a planner on this podcast. They're just like, you couldn't have been more wrong.
How dare you?
How dare you?
All
No,
right,
we
Court,
know it's hard.
What is something you want to tell videographers that you finally have a platform to do now?
Okay.
What is something, as a photographer, you want videographers to know? And it can be rude. Whatever you want to say. Now is your time.
I'm not very rude.
You're not.
No,
I hope.
you're not.
I've never experienced the court sass yet, but I'm sure it exists. We'll ask the Zuck man.
Yeah, I think something that I would like to tell videographers is believe in yourself. And that sounds so,
Disney.
yeah, that sounds so cheesy. But honestly, because I do believe that video is one of the most important things that a couple can get, I think some people, maybe when they're getting booked or whatever, they don't have the confidence that they should. But when you fully think about your product and like, or do you call it a product, your film?
Yeah. Product.
Deliverable product.
Like, you know how important that's going to be. So just like talk about how important that is. Like, I know you guys all have that in you. So I think just being confident and knowing that that's such an important part, such an important aspect of someone's day, and being able to like tell that to the client. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like
does.
so many videographers, I feel like there's two sides. There's
Yeah.
like the ones that are overly confident, and then there's the ones that like aren't. And it's so sad because I have videographer friends that aren't. And I'm like, you are incredible, you know?
Yeah.
So I think just being confident, being a pleasure to work with, and I don't know, I think that's...
Guys, believe in yourself because Kortney believes in you.
Yeah.
I do. Like,
I'm going to remember that.
yeah, I don't know if that was a good answer.
I think it's a great answer. I think something we've talked about before is a lot of videographers, they tend to be more just introverted guys who maybe just stumbled into this because it was just like a hobby. Whereas with wedding photographers, I usually feel like that's a pretty intentional choice you make. It's like, okay, I like doing photos. I'm going to do weddings. Whereas, you know, video, neither of us like just intentionally said, I'm going to be a wedding video.
Yeah.
It just happened. And so a lot of guys just pick up a camera, they're filming their buddies, hanging out at the park and whatever. And then somebody says, can you film my wedding? And then they realize that's how I'm going to start providing. And maybe it's most times I feel like it is a confidence thing, but also sometimes it could be just a little bit of a detachment. Like they just don't take it serious. And so I would add that on to yours, like be confident and believe, but also like take it serious. It's a business. It's not just like a little hobby. This is someone's most important day of their life.
Make sure you back things up.
Yes. We're all thinking of the same.
Come on, guys. It's a business. Have backups.
Oh, man.
Sorry to who knows
Yeah,
who
our
we're
stuff-
talking
our
about.
stuff is
who.
backed up on the four
we
places.
know who.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
Well, what's something you would tell photographers then?
Yeah.
Who are just starting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's your advice to, and I'm sure the same kind of advice applies, but I'm just curious, like a lot of photographers are getting into this industry.
It's crazy.
They're
in the photo
overwhelmed.
world. Yeah. Yeah, I
and
still feel overwhelmed with
way
where
more
I'm at.
saturated than videography is. And a lot more, I do think there's a lot more pressure on photographers nowadays. I think videographers, in my view, it's more work because you're producing a lot more of a product, but you have a huge crutch to utilize music, audio, speeches, visuals, moments, movement. Like you have a lot more of a crutch than photographers have to stand out. So I'm just curious, what would your advice be to the beginner photographer out there?
Yeah, honestly, my biggest advice would be to make a photographer like bucket list. This is something that I did very early on, and just writing down your goals in like a bucket list form, because I did this and I had like shoot a wedding out of state on there, and I had shoot a wedding in Hawaii on there, and shoot a wedding out of the country. Never did I ever think that any of those would happen, like ever.
Yeah.
I think it was in high school when I made this, and there was one year I went to Hawaii like 5 times for photography, and I've gone out of the country more times than I can count for photography, and it's just like crazy. And being able to like look back at that and think that that could have never happened, that just shows me that, okay, this person who's this far ahead of me in the industry, I can set those goals. It feels so unrealistic, but so did where I'm at one point. Like that felt so unrealistic. So I can write that down and be like, okay, this is where I want to be, and I know I can get there, because if they can, like, why couldn't I? And so I think, and videographers could do the same thing, is just, writing down your goals or like your absolute dream of where you want to be in the industry, and then just freaking grinding until you get there. So.
No, it's great advice.
Yeah.
How could you expect to like go forward if there's nowhere you're going towards? You don't know. It's so helpful, like set like a roadmap and say, here's like the long-term goal, and you think, oh, it's impossible. It's like, well, yeah, like, but someone's doing it.
Yeah.
So how'd they get it? You know,
Yeah.
like we look at Larev and Caleb Lee and Jose Villa and all these people we look up to, and I'm just like, well, you know, they got there eventually, and it'd be arrogant to say that everyone can be like that, because they, you know, but like it's like you can still like aim for that and say, here's where I want to be. What are the steps that get there? But if there's no like, where do I want to be? It's like, well, how do you possibly know what you want to do?
It just makes it all kind of tangible, right?
Yeah.
You know, because like we all have the people we look up to, and we just look at their weddings, think, oh my gosh, that's so cool. They're shooting for Ryan Gosling or whoever it is. But when you really make it like a tangible thing, you're saying, oh, they traveled to Italy to shoot this. Well, I've been to like France, you know, so it's like I'm kind of on the right path.
Yeah.
So when you make that bucket list, it really helps you just celebrate your wins, big and small, which I think is really important.
I think deep diving into marketing too, in all aspects, like how I said I did the real estate group director marketing thing, just being able to learn a completely different industry of marketing was really interesting. So just not keeping yourself so limited to how everybody else is doing things. Think about what you could do. Like, I mean, there's so many things. I don't want to out all of my
Out them.
Hey, we're transparent.
My secrets.
Out them.
No, okay, I will say this one though, because I feel like there's lots of videographers that could do this, and I'm like, I try punching this into all the videographers. One thing that I did for the real estate group is we would do like walkthrough tours of homes, right?
Nice.
So after I was done, or it might have been when I was still working for them, I was like, why is no one doing this at venues? Like, why is nobody doing venue tours and then collaborating with them on Instagram? And then, you know, so I
Just like
messaged all
iPhone,
these,
Osmo
literally,
walkthroughs,
I handheld
Yes.
0.5.
See the space.
Like-
See the
Walk
space.
through.
And
Yeah.
so this is from a photographer. You guys could do it even more insane, you know? But I thought, why is nobody doing this? And so I messaged all these different venues and asked if I could come and do this and post it to my Instagram. It'd be like mutually beneficial. And so I took a few days, and I think my kids were even like in the back of the car, and I just like hopped out, went and did this venue tour. And then I like edited all of them, and I posted a bunch of them, and every single venue collaborated, and most of them had them pinned. So where am I going
Wow,
to
that's
be
awesome.
when the first thing that brides do is usually look at venues. They go to this venue, my face is right there. They go to this venue, my face is right there. I'm showing up first before all these other photographers
Genius,
simply
yeah.
because
Wow.
I had that video.
Genius.
So imagine
Write that down.
what you videographers can do,
Yeah.
because you guys can like actually make a freaking film
Yeah,
if
we
you wanted.
preach
But
that,
it could be
yeah.
something simple.
Yeah.
Like it could just be handheld. Hey, and of course they started
Right.
with, I'm a photographer, you know.
Right.
This
Genius.
is,
Awesome.
These are some of
Genius.
my favorite venues, whatever.
great idea.
So
That's really smart.
yeah.
All to say, there's always things you could be doing to
Yeah.
market and
Yeah.
improve. I think we put ourselves in a box, like it had to be running ads or cold DMing planners all day. It's like, no, there's like 1,000 other things you could and should be doing.
I feel
So
like
many.
the answers come when you get out of the editing room.
Yeah.
Seriously, like get outside, meet people face to face, and there's so many people that are just dying. Whether it's a venue or a planner or whoever, like so many people are just dying to have more people in their circle who are looking to grow. Like make it mutually beneficial, like what you said. Like just get outside, go do something.
Yeah.
And along that same lines, talking about kind of growth, you have experienced or gone through, I'd say, some major shifts as a photographer, at least in style, branding, marketing, kind of vision, it feels like. I'd love to hear what kickstarted that, why, what kind of the long-term goal is, and where that shift came from. Because if you kind of scroll down your feed, it's just been a beautiful evolution, not from like good to better or from worse to better. Like it's just been like an evolution, taking what you had and kind of turning it into something new.
Yeah.
And I'd love to hear why
Yeah.
and what that's been like the last few years.
Yeah. So I guess you take me back to like before I got married, I was just this free bird, could go wherever, do whatever.
Yeah.
And so I feel like
For the old ball and chain.
I feel like I could just, I don't know. I really leaned into the adventure stuff
Yeah.
because that's what I wanted to do at that time,
travel.
which I
Yeah.
still love. Like
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
to travel. It's just a different way. So I was hanging off the edge of cliffs, taking pictures of people also on the edge of a cliff with like a bridal gown
Yeah.
hanging off. So I think it just changed as I changed, where, yeah, I was more of that adventurous boho, which I feel like a lot of people were in because that's just kind of what was
That's
in
what the
as
era
well.
was.
All we wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I got married and I have 2 little kids, and I'm like thinking, okay, instead of doing 1,000 weddings a year, not literally, but a ton of weddings a year,
Right.
a ton of shoots a year where I'm all over the place for these, I need to like reel it in a little bit and be a little bit more intentional. When it comes to editing style, I feel like that just naturally has progressed, more timeless,
Yeah.
just probably with the industry as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
But I've wanted to shoot less weddings, preferably charge more, so I
Right.
can be as intentional as possible for those weddings, so I can really take my time. Like, I'm not a photographer that just slaps on a preset.
Right.
I am very intentional with my editing. I want like
Do
exit
photographers do
signs
that?
out, not as much as they should, probably. It's not everybody. It's not standard anymore, I
What,
feel like.
to slap on a preset and
Or that's
that what
more
we're talking about?
standard. Is
Okay.
like a lot of people will just use a preset and tweak it, of course, and
Yeah,
like make it look
sure.
good,
Yeah, yeah.
angles. But not a lot of people take out things. Like I take out blemishes, exit signs. If there's something on a stage that I don't think looks good in the picture, I'll take it out. Like anything to make the design look better or the couple look better, or the space, whatever it is. I just want every picture that my clients go through to feel very intentional. So, which I feel like I've always kind of been that way. But, I just want to shoot less weddings so I can give everything to the galleries that I'm giving out. And so I think, I don't know if I'm answering your question.
No, really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was just thinking, like, you think, like, you're traveling and you're doing what you want to do. You're doing, like, 30, 50 weddings a year, but they're all travel weddings. And so you think, I could do 50 weddings a year. But then you think, well, every wedding requires, like, 3 or 4 days of my life that I can't work on any other weddings. And you want to be all in and all attentive and give your brides everything you have. But, like, if there's backlogs in your brain, it just... I think the mental space for me is what like really eats at me and why I don't want to take on more work is when I know that there's like a backlog and it's due. And even though I will be fine, I'll get it before the due date. Every inquiry that comes in, if for some reason it just adds to that stress of like, oh my gosh, I got to add one more. Whereas now when we know we're doing, 15 to 20 a year and there's 2 of us, it's just that stress hasn't existed in a while. And I just know I'm like, we're
especially as
good.
a mom, like I can't take on more. I'm already staying up until 3 a.m. and then getting up at 7:30 with them demanding snacks. So I can't.
How does that work? Like, what is your day-to-day life? Like, is it really 3 to 7 every single day?
So in wedding season, I feel like, and wedding season is also session season, which I very much limit my sessions, and I don't feel like my couples get engagements as much, but I'll take on a very small amount of families that have come to me for years.
Nice.
I just love them and have a connection, so I continue.
It's easy money, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, and I love seeing them. Like, it would make me sad to not. So I keep a very limited amount, but it still makes me even busier because I'm traveling so much. Remind me, sorry, what was the
just
question?
balancing
your life,
day-to-day life.
So, wake up. My kids are usually up around 7:30 or 8. Do the mom thing all day. They don't really nap anymore, so I don't really get that, that midday break. And this is summer right now, so they're actually both going to preschool in a few weeks, which will be very helpful.
Yeah.
I know school started in Lehigh this week, and all the moms posting like, school's in session. Who's going to the pool?
Yeah, no, that's going to be very helpful. It's only for like 3 hours a day, but
Still,
3 hours a day, I'm going to take it.
Sure.
Yeah. So do the mom thing all day.
Is preschool only 3 hours?
It's been a long time since I've been in preschool.
Yeah. And I signed them up for 2 different ones so they could do 4 days a week instead of just 2. So I'm like, I got to figure out something.
There's a hack right there.
But day to day, normally, I have the kids all day. Of course, my husband's working and stuff. He gets home. And then after the kids go down for bed, I am in my office and I'm editing very late into the night. And then when I'm very busy, I will hire a nanny to come for a couple of days during the week to just come and help. I factor in that, of course, when I'm figuring out my pricing because, I have to do it sometimes.
Very smart.
So I'm not going absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
I know. We got to start charging for my dog sitter, by the way.
Yeah, like dog sitter, parking. We got to start charging.
Parking is what eats you.
Parking, you come back
Parking
and like,
adds
wow,
up quick.
a couple $100.
Sometimes
you're like,
parking,
this hotel I have to pay $50 a night to keep the rental car here?
I'm not kidding.
They stack up.
A few of our last weddings, I was looking at the bills, it's like parking, including our airport parking and the hotel parking, costs more than the rental car.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that should have been...
That's not right.
I think it was like $250
Why is the
for the
parking
rental
Might as well
car.
space
just
more
Uber
than
at
the
that
car?
point, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's all coming backwards.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Does your family live close by?
Yeah.
Do you get to use them as
They're
nannies?
like a mile away. And
That's
luckily,
right.
because I travel a lot. So especially when I'm shooting weddings in Europe, I'm gone for like 6 days at least because I feel like I have to get
Yeah.
there. You have to fly out like 3 days in
couple days
advance
in
because of the time you lose.
Yeah.
And then you need to get there early because there's always a flight that is jacked up somehow.
always.
So,
Or your luggage gets lost.
I'm gone for, or your luggage gets lost. And
Kortney staple.
you're in the
really
same outfit
is.
for 4 days at a workshop in Ireland. So bad. But so luckily my family does live close and I try to not overuse them.
Yeah.
My mom gratefully is able to be with the kids a lot
nice.
of the time. But I always factor in childcare.
You should, yeah.
for each day, just in case. And then if she's able to help, then that's amazing, because then we save money.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then my husband works construction, so he's always busy. It's not like he's a stay-at-home.
job.
Yeah,
House,
so
yeah.
he has just a whole different world that he's in. So he's working all day, and then he'll be with the kids at night.
Construction's like one of the hardest.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
Gone at 6 in the
Which
morning.
he's a project manager, so he does a lot of office work, which
That's
is
nice.
nice. So he's not like
Still different
as
stress.
physically,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a different kind of
It's a
stress
mental
for
labor
sure.
then. A lot of it, yeah. Dang.
Well, Court, as we come to the end of this episode, I'm remembering what you said. You were an adventure boho. Is that what you said? You branded yourself as in like
Yeah, I
2018,
guess.
adventure
Yeah,
boho?
yeah, probably.
What would you categorize yourself as now? And what are the next moves for Kortney J Photo?
I would say this is hard. I feel like it's all the words that everybody's using right now. But
Editorial, yeah.
I feel like, I'm a timeless editorial documentary photographer.
nice,
yeah.
So I like to take the documentary, but also a splash of editorial. I'm not like full editorial, because I love those beautiful documentary shots, and I just kind of like smash those together and then try to edit
So sick.
timeless
Yeah.
film. I use film.
Yeah.
So
What is your business looking like now? Like how many weddings you taking on a year? What's your kind of your goal? Like what's your sweet spot that you're happy with?
I try to cap myself, but never.
Yeah, you
tends
see
to
an
work
inquiry
out.
come in. Sure.
I feel like 10 is a good number
Nice.
for me, but I mean, I would love to like stick it to like 7,
Yeah.
but and then I always end up somehow
Yeah,
getting
the
like
10's
18.
man.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know how.
I can never picture Kortney just being like, yeah, no, I'm not going to go to
Yeah,
Greece.
no, if
Nate
the
and I
client
closed our
comes,
books
I
back in
can't.
like May. We're done for the year, and since May we've like added so much crap
Yeah.
for
Well,
a year.
there's so many last minute.
Yeah.
Like
It's
last
crazy,
minute. Last
yeah.
year, I think my highest booking last year, they literally booked me like a month before their
Yeah.
wedding.
Yeah, and
So,
you're like, sure, I'll take that.
So I'm not ever going to turn away like
Yeah.
an amazing job, but
I
that's
feel
just
like
my
our
goal, I
yeah.
guess,
No,
is
it's a
at
good
least
sweet
10.
spot. Yeah.
No, the day that Kortney J Photo only takes 7 weddings a year, I'll actually be pretty concerned.
Yeah. You'll have to check on me. I don't know. I'll be sad actually probably when that
Kids
day
are like,
comes.
is she please give our mom more work.
I'll be so
Get her out of
bored.
the house.
Is she okay?
She's posting like lip sync videos to her professional page. Like, Kortney, you've lost it.
Oh man.
No, I just know if you did do 7, you would pick up like some hair and makeup thing.
Probably
You'd go back into
something.
real
I'm a
estate.
love
busy
being
body.
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to
You
be
gotta
busy.
be
We're
busy.
good at it. You're good at managing.
Yeah, very
stuff,
good at that.
Thank you.
Very
Some
good
people
at that.
shouldn't be busy. Just take one thing at a time. Some people are like, if you're good at being busy, be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then those people go crazy when they're not busy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
try to relax and I don't know how to.
Yeah. Like you'll never retire. I don't think I'll ever see you
Yeah, I
truly
I don't
retire.
think
So
either.
I'll figure out something to do when I'm old. Catch me shooting weddings at 90.
I can
Be a
see it.
hype grandma.
All right, gather around.
You get an accent for no reason.
Because I'm old, I can do whatever I want.
No, this has been any final words you want to tell our viewers, or words of advice, or closing statements.
Well, if you guys are listening to this, you obviously like Jake and Nate, and they are the best.
No
So
one's gonna hear it.
continue.
You're the only listener.
Cherish,
like
you hear that?
Kortney and Cherish.
Cherish is the only one who hears the ends.
Oh man, no, but I think you guys are supporting the right people. So
Wow. Thanks, Court.
that's all I have to say.
Where can people find you?
Yeah.
People can find me on Instagram, Kortney J Photo. I spell it KORTNEY J Photo, and KortneyJPhoto.com. Don't look at my personal TikTok.
Check
Guys,
out her
check
personal
out
TikTok.
Life by Court, Kortney J Photo, Kortney J Hair, Kortney J Lifestyle,
Kortney J makes earrings.
Kortney-
I've got so many.
Kortney J Presets.
I do have J Series presets.
They're
Check
pretty
out
sick.
her
They're pretty
education.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your education? What tag that?
It's J Series presets
That's right.
on Instagram or J Series education.
J,
Yeah.
like the letter J series. Okay.
Yep.
Because your middle name is
Janelle.
Janelle. I didn't know that.
I didn't
actually.
know that either.
Yeah.
I was just
And I had it Kortney J because I was like, if I get married one day, I can't have it like Kortney P Photography, Kortney Peterson.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to
Kortney
change.
P. Yeah.
No,
to
you don't
the-
have to.
Yeah. but-
Feminism.
oh my gosh. Technically, I'm still Peterson. One day I won't have flights booked and I can change my passport and all that, but it's too much.
It
so
is.
all
Such
these
a-
years
such a
later.
thing.
Yeah.
But-
No, Kayla is still a Robinson 4 years
Yeah.
later. And it's purely out of just anxiety to go to the DMV.
Oh,
See,
Yeah,
Kenzie
I'd
changed
avoid
it the
it.
month of out of anxiety, just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So different
Crazy.
anxieties.
So there's two
working for
different.
There's one, two different roads.
I think right after I'm going to go change it. All right, let's go change it.
Oh, man. Anyway, thank you guys so much.
No,
for having
thank
me.
you for coming on, and I really,
Best
really
day
hope
ever.
that 2026 we work at least 3 weddings together,
Yes, at least.
minimum.
Yeah, it needs to be all 10 of mine, but
Yes.
I'll take 3.
10 would be ideal.
Yes.
The next thing we have going with Kortney, guys, she's coming to our workshop in October. And so that's our next project together, which we've been looking forward to.
If you're coming, I'm so excited to meet you.
Yeah. No, she is.
And you guys need to put another one together for next year so I can start selling it for you.
keep an eye on her.
Yeah, Courtney's our marketing agent.
So my brother-in-law, we just went to New York with Kortney last year, and my brother-in-law Tanner came, and still to this day, a year later, Tanner's like, "Man, your friend Kortney is crazy." he's like, I've never seen somebody without any alcohol or drugs in them be that insane after 9 o'clock.
After 9 p.m. Yeah.
No, Kortney past 9 p.m. is a different beast.
Oh my gosh! So we're
Yeah.
doing
You workshop people will
Courtney,
probably experience
my
it.
favorite ever video of you is something you're going to see tonight when we watch the premiere of Dallin and
I'm
Morgan's.
so excited.
At the end credit, my all-time
Nate made me rewind it.
favorite shot.
He's
my
like,
all-time,
"Go back."
My all-time favorite shot. And after this is released, like people will be able to see it. But oh my gosh,
Oh.
I cry laughing.
Yeah, guys,
I'm-
Court's in town for premiering Dallin and Morgan's wedding
Yeah.
film tonight. So she's in town, and it features everyone who was a part of the wedding, behind the scenes too. And Kortney.
Oh, I'm so excited. I don't even know. I'm clueless. I was on the dance floor. Was it on the
Nate
dance
literally
floor?
goes,
Rewind.
"Stop, rewind it."
Funniest thing in my life. Yeah, if there's a title for this episode, it's just find your Courtney. Seriously,
Aw.
find your Courtney.
Yeah.
That's we owe a lot
I'm
to
gonna
you.
cry.
We
I
are
just love you
very
guys.
grateful to have
I
you.
do feel bad for the photographers we work with because there's always this like standard of like, "Okay, I'm comparing you to Kortney. So if you don't meet these certain qualifications, I'm gonna have a hard time with you today."
Oh my gosh.
And usually I do.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you're
you
the best.
guys are the best. Thank you so much.
You're
And
the
for
best.
being such good friends.
No, thank you.
And I feel famous on the podcast.
You are famous.
No, yeah, thank you for coming on the rundown today, Court, and hopefully we work more with you next year.
Here's
And
a
you
word from our
guys-
But we're
sponsors.
also going to
Yeah.
bring you back on.
You guys, next week episode will also feature Kortney. We're doing a double feature because we
Yep.
have too much to talk about.
Yep.
So we'll see you next week.